Well, after taking a week off, Tennessee was sleepwalking through the first half against Vanderbilt, woke up in the second half and did what they were supposed to do. Jonas Adu, another big game. Tennessee now 15-4 overall. Welcome to the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spyre Sports. This is the Players Show. Vols number 5 in the country. Mark Packer along with T. Jones Live. Jason Swain. We've got to come up with a nickname for you just to fit in. Do we have anything?
Swain is good.
Swain's good.
That's good.
So Saturday, not a surprise. Tennessee had the off week. You go to Nashville, you play a Vanderbilt team you're supposed to kill, and then you're down by 5 points at the half. Did you have a game like that in football where at halftime you needed a little talking to?
No, absolutely. Sometimes you play down in competition. You see that opponent's record, you watch them on film, you see how, they stink and you're pretty good and you expect a beat down, and they come out and they play their best ball against you.
Sure.
And then you go into halftime, you have a stern talking with each other, you come out and handle business. That's what happened yesterday or Saturday for those guys.
Always a tough place to play for the Vols. When we were number 1 in the country, we go down there, Vanderbilt beats us. They beat Tennessee last year.
Yeah.
It's a quirky arena. And they get up for the game. Vanderbilt gets up for the game. We had a lot of Tennessee fans there, which was good.
Yeah.
But the key thing was we were down 9. And then we got a couple buckets.
Yeah.
Knecht made a driving layup, and then Jonas got a driving layup to cut it to 5 at halftime, and that was big. And then ZZ made a 3 coming out of halftime, and I think that garnered a lot of confidence, Jason, in our guys.
So the loss when y'all were number 1, was that one of your interim head coaching games?
No,
or?
that was on Bruce. That was on Bruce. I didn't coach that game. All Bruce.
Quick to throw him under the bus. You see, it's not going to be a surprise, Jason, that later in the show I'll go ahead and tell you our player of the week is going to be Dalton Knecht. I mean, literally, he's getting it. He's getting it every week. It's kind of the easiest vote ever. This team right now, is he the straw that stirs the drink for Tennessee?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to crunch time and you need a bucket, I mean, he's the guy. He's the equalizer. He's someone that the opposing team just doesn't have an answer for. And he's also a guy that came out early in the season, was unstoppable at one point, hit I think a little bit of a rut. But I think our guy in studio, Jahmai Mashack, helping him every day in practice with tough defense, and I think Jahmai's a big reason why Dalton's playing at this level now.
I don't want to tap myself on the shoulder, but, a couple shows
Why?
ago.
That's what you always do.
I said that this individual was going to be a number 1 draft pick, and then last week I said he was going to be a lottery pick. Now I think he's going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. I mean, the guy has athletic ability. He can shoot the basketball, and he's got some moxie. He got moxie, and right now, he may be in the running for Player of the Year in the nation, Jason.
No, absolutely. I mean, people just automatically give it to Edie, and I don't know. I mean, what Dalton's right now doing is very, very remarkable. And he feels comfortable in that role in crunch time situations. Some guys wilt and get smaller. He gets better, man. He relishes that moment for sure.
Here's the thing I would say when you get to NCAA tournament time. For Edie, you can't really take your defense and kind of gear it towards him because he's 7'5". There's nothing you can do about that. But down the stretch, are teams not going to adjust to figure out how to shut Dalton down, and then how do you adjust from that? You know what I'm saying? Is that a concern?
Of course it's going to be a concern. They're going to start sending double teams at him to get the ball out of his hands.
Are they not already?
I haven't seen a lot of it. Just a lot of single coverage, and defenses are playing in the gaps, to try and prevent his drives and everything, and playing him sticky, not allowing him to knock down 3-point shots, running him off the 3-point line, and making him shoot intermediate shots. I think, and then trying to get him to score tough twos. That's defensively. That's what I would do if I was coaching against Knecht.
I mean, he's had 5 games in a row of 25 points, and so somewhere along the line, I think it's going to be soon, a coach is going to say, no, we're going to make somebody else beat. We're going to make Josiah Jordan-James. We're going to make Gainey. We're going to make Mashack. We're going to make someone else beat us. Or you may play against a defensive coach that may say, no, we're going to play them straight up, and we want to see them try to do it against us. So it's important for the other guys to be ready. So that way when their numbers call, they're able to help Tennessee win.
You know, one thing, and you look at the stats against Vanderbilt, it's easy to focus on the quarterback in football and his numbers. It's easy to focus on the guy that scores 32 points. But Adu had 10 rebounds in this game. You know, when Mashack gets in there, he's shutting guys down. Are the little things, the things we're not paying attention to, we're too busy focused on Dalton Knecht and what he's doing right now?
Well, I think the little things is holding people under a certain percentage defensive-wise.
Okay.
I mean, defense travels. You know, that's what I tell our teams at Johnson. When we go play on the road, defense travels. And they hold a good Vanderbilt team to 31% shooting from the field and around 20% from three-point line. And if you got a home team shooting those numbers, that bodes well for the opponent coming into that arena.
No, 1,000%. I mean, Vanderbilt shot the ball very well in the first half. And the reason why they were 5-13 coming into that game, because they haven't been shooting the ball well. So they were playing a little bit above their level in the first half. And then Tennessee, when they string together 4 or 5 stops, forget about it. Because when you have Dalton Knecht go down, he hits a 3 and 1. And you have other players making plays. Now Tennessee's up 10. And good luck trying to get back into the game.
And here's the deal. There are guys, like I said, unsung players. Okay, Jordan Gainey's in studio tonight. He comes in and has a couple of big threes the other day. He has 10 points in the game. Mashack the other day was, I guess it was Ole Miss, was it, where he hit the threes in the corner, or Florida, whichever one it was. But he goes into the locker room waving at the crowd, shaking hands and kissing babies. So, I mean, there's always somebody else that's stepping in there and doing it. We got to take a break right here. We'll show you the QR code for the Volunteer Club to support the initiative that is Spyre Sports and the NIL. Scan the code, be a member of the Volunteer Club today. Gainey and Mashack will join us when we come back. I want to know what Rick Barnes said to the team at halftime in Nashville. I'm going to ask Mashack that when we come back on the Volunteer Club Locker Room.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, Lincoln Memorial University, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Abraham Lincoln knew the power of an open door. He invited the public into the White House throughout his presidency because he understood open doors lead to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new discoveries. At LMU, our mission is to open doors for every student who comes here, so they can become everything they're meant to be. Come discover how we can open doors for you.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
Reach for the power with Dynabody Fitness. New Dynabody equipment is manufactured right here in Tennessee and shipped all over the country. Custom built, rugged, and guaranteed for life. Visit Dynabody.com and experience the difference.
Safety, integrity, reliability. More people trust the Joe Newbert family to return their vehicle back to its original condition or better. Only Joe Newbert Collision Centers offer pickup and delivery, worry-free insurance claim handling, and guaranteed repairs for as long as you own your vehicle. Insist on locally owned Joe Newbert Collision Centers. And drive safely out there.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
So I love this right here, the Garza Law Firm play of the week, and it's kind of twofold. Adu with the block, And they get it up to Knecht. He goes straight to the rack. That's almost like a dunk. Two-handed. And that gave Tennessee 14 minutes to go in the game. That's when Tennessee starts making that run. They really gain control of the game. That's the Garza Law Firm play of the week. Let's talk about this week coming up, because this past week was kind of like a week off. You had just Vanderbilt. You didn't have a midweek game. Now you've got South Carolina coming to town. Just drilled Kentucky. I know that breaks your heart. And then you go to Kentucky on Saturday. Now all of a sudden you're back in it.
South Carolina's playing really well.
Sure.
Obviously, I know Lamont Paris. I talked to Tim Buckley, one of their assistants, today, actually, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna come in and they're gonna play hard. Lamont's teams play hard. They execute on the offensive end, and then obviously Saturday, Kentucky is Kentucky.
Did you ask him if they're going to double up on Dalton? Did you talk strategy?
No, I didn't do that. But I'll be at the game on Tuesday.
Of course you will.
To it.
Shaking hands and kissing babies again.
Front row.
Yeah, he will. How good can this team be? How far can it go? Is this a national championship kind of team?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the net rankings, offensively and defensively. I think it's a big difference from last year to this year. You know, that highlight showed the block, and then it showed the points on the court.
Correct.
Last year, you get the block, and you're not able to score.
Right.
Because Tennessee is really good offensively and defensively, and it's only 6, 7, 8, 9 teams that can say they're in the top 20 in both offense and defensive efficiency. Tennessee is one of those teams, so absolutely they can get there. They got to get a good draw and got to stay healthy, but absolutely they can win the whole thing.
Okay, I saw camera one has switched over to our players, and since the guys in the back know that Tony can't ask a question in less than 1 minute, we're going to go to this a little bit shorter, a little bit sooner. Okay, so I'm going to talk to Mashack first. It's Jordan Gainey, and then we've got Jahmai Mashack. And what I want to know from Mashack is at halftime, 35-30, Vanderbilt's got the lead. What was said in the locker room?
You know, a lot of emotions, definitely coming from the players mainly. I think we knew that we could play better. We knew that Vanderbilt is a team that when we go there, they play the best that they play all year against us, and they play hard. So we knew coming in that it was a lot of stuff that we could have done to make that gap a little bit smaller and not come in with a deficit like that. But, you know, when we get on each other like that, and when we talk about the strategies and the details that we have to go into, it's not really a lot that coach can say that we don't already know.
Who was the first player that spoke up first about the players only meeting in there with the coaches listening?
You know, it was definitely me that came in a little bit upset just about how, you know, just not having that same loss like we did last year. I think that was on a lot of the guys' minds. Going into Vanderbilt was just not coming up with that same loss, because you just know how good they play against us.
Sure.
Jordan, 10 points yesterday after scoring 15 against Alabama. You hit your first 3 against Vandy. Your dad is the associate head coach, Justin Gainey. You had been struggling prior to these last couple games. What's the communication between you and your dad? Is it as a father or is it as a coach?
I'd say it's more of both, really. You know, as a coach, he's just always coaching me, telling me to stay confident. But with him saying that, it's him being dad as well. But it's just having him being able to coach me is just a great thing, and just how he just pours into me to make sure to stay confident. It's not only he pours into me, he pours into all the guys on the team. Even Shaq. Shaq knows before games he's always with him. Me, him, Shaq, my dad, just working on ball handling before shoot around each game.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, well, I'm going to cut you off there so we have time for Jason to come over and ask you all kinds of crazy questions. That's next on the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spyre Sports. Food City Player Perspective when we come back.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by Ted Russell Ford, KOC, the official orthopedic partner of University of Tennessee Athletics, Better Mattress, Commercial Bank, Pilot, and KnoxvilleSmiles.com.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
At Typical Insurance, You're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
I'm an owner.
I am an owner.
I'm an owner. And we're locally owned.
Gray Hodges has been serving the Knoxville area with quality craft-made cabinetry for over 7 decades now. Craft-Made manufactures high-quality kitchen and bath cabinets in a wide variety of finishes with modern and traditional styles to choose from. Visit one of our 4 locations and let a Gray Hodges owner show you the perfect craft-made design to fit your needs. Gray Hodges. Employee-owned, service perfect.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old-school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
When you're 6'4" and 320 pounds like I am, finding a mattress is a challenge. That's why I went to Better Mattress for help. It's not about just selling big store brands. At Better Mattress, it's about making a mattress that fits the person's body type and their personal preferences. Look, after a big football game, this body is tired and sore. I have to have a mattress that helps me rest and rejuvenate. Big O and Better Mattress. Good night, just got better.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
All right, folks, it's time for the Food City Player Perspective here with Jordan Gainey, Jahmai Mashack, and Jordan. Tony mentioned it earlier about shooting out of a slump, and you were able to do that. Alabama, 15 points. What has to happen, or what did happen for you to be able to shoot yourself out of that slump and pour in those 15 points against Bama?
Really, my teammates. My teammates kept me going, just were able to get me my open shots, my open looks, and just always believing in me and giving me confidence throughout the whole entire game.
So I tell you, just keep shooting. If you're open, keep shooting it.
Right, that's all it is.
Mashack, you, my friend, defensively, one of the best players in the country. I mentioned earlier how I feel like you have been very, very instrumental in helping Dalton kind of prepare for what he sees in the SEC. Do you feel like you've been really helpful in helping Dalton prepare for the SEC?
Absolutely. It's not something that's intentional. It's not something that I just came in like I'm just trying to help DK, but it was more of just natural competition. He wants to compete just like I do. And when we go out and practice, whenever we step on those lines, whether it's in practice or not, we're going to compete. And, I felt like there's nobody else that guards like me in the country. So if he can try to score consistently on me in practice, then in games it's going to become easy. As you can see, he's doing what he does. And, that's total on him, too, because he puts in the work, he puts in the time, and it's showing on, in the games.
What kind of traits, what kind of characteristics do you have to be a great defender? And like you said, one of the best defenders in the country.
It's not just, it's not just about guarding. It's not just about having that mindset, but just going into games knowing that how you're going to shut the player down, what you're going to do, and what's your game plan going in. You can't just go out there without knowing the player. You can't go out there without – these guys are good. This is a good conference. A lot of good players in the SEC. So, going into that, you got to know who you're guarding, what their strengths, what their weaknesses are, and just kind of force them into that. But obviously, I can't do what I do without my back line. Like, guys like JG, Jonas, Tobey, and the other guards on the team that are helping me out whenever I'm guarding. I can still be a great defender no matter who I'm on the floor with, but I don't reach that max potential without the guys like that on the team.
You would call yourself a shooter, right? Okay, so you get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If you're open or if you have a good look, you would take that shot and think it's a good shot, right?
Right.
But sometimes coaches don't think it's a good shot. For you, when do you know it's a good shot for you to take?
Really just whenever it's not forced, not rushed, and when I'm open. Anytime I have 10 toes to the three or 10 toes to the basket, I feel like, and there's no defenders, I'm just going to let it fly. And I feel like that's with all the guys. Any guys on the team, they have enough space to let it go, they'll let it go. And everyone from the first person on the bench to the last person on the bench has complete confidence that it's going to go in.
Does it matter at what point in the shot clock that it's in if you let that ball go?
I don't think so. Not at all, because anyone, if you're open, they're going to let it shoot.
I asked both of y'all this question here. Jordan Bone, who was on the 2018-19 team, played in the NBA, he's from Tennessee, played at a high level here. He got a chance to talk to you guys. What did each one of you guys take from Jordan Bone talking to you guys as a team?
I think for me, it was a lot that really went into that, just knowing the history behind how much he did and experiencing kind of the same experiences he's going through with the coaching staff and, the coach. But, he really spoke into the rivalry of just Vanderbilt and Tennessee and just how these guys play whenever they play against us and just how much of a target we have on our backs. This is a program that has a lot of good history, a lot of great history, and it's continued to have a great future. And teams like that want to beat teams like this. And going into it, we just got to have that mindset that no matter who we're playing against, they're going to play their best basketball against us. So we can't take any days off, can't take any games off. We got to practice how we play and go out there with that mindset of no matter who we play against, we're going to play great.
Jordan, what did you get from Jordan when he talked to you guys yesterday before the game?
Yeah, he really just gave me a great backstory on the real history behind the Vanderbilt-Tennessee rivalry, because I really didn't know much about it until he talked about it, and then he just really gave us the real spiel about how everyone we step on the floor play against, they want to be in our shoes, and that we can't take any days off. And just being able to go out there and play with the Tennessee across our chest is an honor, and just being able to go play as hard as we can.
Kind of give us a backstory on you hitting the portal, being recruited by Tennessee. Dad's his assistant coach, he's on the staff, so you're going to have people have their opinions about that, and you're not the only dad-son combination in the SEC. There's another one at Ole Miss, but just kind of walk us through that whole operation. You get in the portal, and then you eventually get into Tennessee.
Right. It was a lot going on. Yeah, I'd say, especially the first couple of days, a lot of phone calls, and just a lot of overwhelming because coaches calling, saying the same thing, majority, and everyone was asking the same question: are you going to go play for your dad?
Yeah.
And this, that, and the third. But really, it was just my dad was playing the role as dad in that whole entire process, and he was giving me the real spiel about every school, every option. It was just great to just have him as dad and not really as a Tennessee basketball coach.
100%. Guys, it's about Dalton Knecht the last couple of games. He's been fun to watch, but if this team is going to go deep, I think these two players are going to be very, very important for Tennessee.
Yeah, what is it they say? There's no I in team. It's going to be a bunch of guys. Those two guys could be key. A lot to talk about as far as the games this week. We'll do that when we come back.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Matlock Tire, Gray Hodges, Humana, D1 Training, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set. What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
I'm Dr. Mike Costa, Malone & Costa Dentistry. You can find us at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I'm standing here in front of a dental robot. We're one of 2 dentists in the state of Tennessee that utilize this cutting-edge technology. Do you have a broken tooth, a tooth that's in pain, or a denture that doesn't fit well? Maybe you're a little anxious? You can come in and we offer comprehensive sedation services and utilize this awesome technology to give you precise, accurate care. If you think this technology can help you, visit our website at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I look forward to helping you.
Knoxville is my home. I was born and raised here, and I was blessed to raise my family here. This community is one that I'm proud to live in and serve every day. At Ted Russell Ford for over 50 years, we've been Knoxville's hometown dealer. Helping our friends and neighbors own their first car or their dream car or truck has been our absolute pleasure. At Ted Russell Ford Lincoln, we will continue to serve our community because East Tennessee, you've always supported us. Thank you.
Visit us at one of our 2 locations on Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or online at tedrussellford.net.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. we are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
Player of the Week is brought to you by Humana as we go inside the orange, and it is stunner Dalton Knecht. This is really getting boring, guys. I'm trying to give it to somebody else. I'm about to give it to Mashack for his lockdown defense, but I just can't go there just quite yet.
Hey, Dalton's just been playing.
Where's Mashack with a pass? I mean, that was an assist.
Hey, he's just been playing fabulous basketball. I'm happy for him. University of Tennessee has a go-to player that they can get a bucket when the game is tight. But I want to say one thing about our depth. Our rotation has increased. JP came in, Jason, and played a solid 5 minutes in the first half. He scored a basket. He got offensive rebound, and then obviously Gainey, Mashack, Awaka, and then Freddie is playing a little right now too. So that rotation has increased, and that bodes well for Tennessee in the future.
You got 30 seconds left.
Going to need more from JP. We knew this week was going to be important for him.
Yeah.
Looks like he took full advantage of it. Went out there and did a really good job against Vanderbilt.
All right, Tennessee this week, a Tuesday game, South Carolina, then Saturday at Kentucky. Didn't even give you a chance to get all over your boy Cal.
I know. Hey guys, we gotta beat Cal, man. We gotta beat Kentucky down there.
He's had this thing about Calipari for years. I got 10 seconds left, so I got to cut you off because you can't say hello and goodbye in less than 3 minutes. We'll see you next week after 2 games for Tennessee this week. Have a great week.
Vescovi to Knecht, free throw line, turnaround jump shot, bounces in. That's an easy one. Drives, gets to the basket. Adu blocks his shot. Knecht comes out of there with it. Knecht drives to the basket and lays it in. Wow, what a play by Knecht. Back to Knecht. He's going to drive, go to the basket, lay it in, and he's fouled. Well, he can drive it. Woo! Ziegler drives in traffic, whips the ball to Mashack. Out front, Knecht, a long three is good. Money! Wow! What a game by Dalton Knecht. Vescovi against the zone. Gives to Ziegler. There we go. Gainey's got an open three, and he drills it. Money! Gainey's feeling it. Tennessee running the offense. Ziegler goes down the lane, goes to the basket, puts it up and in. Let's see if it counts. It does. Ziegler to look. Gets it in the corner. Knecht turns, fires.